Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in once again to the Manny Hall Show. I have with me Rhandi. Hey Rhandi.
Hey.
All right, we're about to really get it in and have an exclusive interview. She's going to really be able to tell you about her journey, product line, what she's doing big, what she's doing in the city of Cleveland, all that stuff. So get ready, Manny Hall Show. Rhandi, peace.
Vibe, and that's a vibe. That's a vibe. Oh, it's a vibe.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent. Please tell the people your name and what you do.
I'm Rhandi Foster. I'm the CEO and founder of Choate Body.
I love it. I love it. Yeah, so I started looking at your Instagram page, I think maybe about a month or two ago, and I really like what you're doing. So what made you get started?
So I started making products. I have an organic skincare line. I started making products about 4 years ago when I was working at Nordstrom, just working on my skin. I had dry patches on my face that I was trying to get rid of.
Okay.
So I created a face and body scrub that's specific to different skin types.
Yeah.
I have extremely dry skin and eczema, so nothing really on the market actually restores moisture while exfoliating.
Gotcha.
So that's what I have.
Yeah, I love it. That's really dope. So when you were at Nordstrom's working, did they have any idea that you were about to leave them soon and start doing your own thing?
Actually, I had no plans to sell my products. So I was like styling people. I really enjoyed like making women feel better about themselves or that kind of thing. So building that self-esteem where you're like taking these clothes and like really I guess using the best things to accentuate what they like the most about their bodies.
Yeah.
So I was really more, I think making skincare was more so my like, just what I like to do to like kind of wind down and like center myself and just be creative.
So was it just like for family and friends at that time in the beginning?
So in the beginning, yes, like my friends would expect like my scrubs, for their birthdays, like for Christmas, and like everyone loved it. Now my mom, she's a hairstylist, and I would sell products at her salon or sell products, to her clients, and like via Instagram, but it was never how it is now.
That makes sense. So. Yeah, so you mentioned a little bit ago about really building up women's like self-esteem and allowing them to really see themselves as more beautiful that they are. Like, why do you think that that's so crucial?
Well, I guess I'm a shop baby, right? My mom had a salon, so I grew up, in the industry, in the beauty industry. And basically, like, during the holidays, my mom would actually get women from the homeless shelter or battered women's shelter, and they would bring them into the salons and they would like give them makeovers and like just make them feel great about themselves.
Right.
I think it's so important. Not that I think it's important. I think I'm passionate about it because of like what my mom has instilled in me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's kind of like that thing that I've always taken with me. It's just like how to empower women or how to just pull out like what's amazing about you and like focus on that. Don't focus on the negatives.
But it's like hard to nowadays, especially with the way Instagram is and Facebook, where you want to focus on all of these different elements of your body and your face, and you try to enhance everything because it's almost like a competition out here.
Yeah, and honestly what Choate means, I got the name Choate from a law term, inchoate.
Okay.
Inchoate means to be uncertain, not finished, incomplete, basically.
Gotcha.
So Choate means to be complete and perfected in and of itself.
Gotcha.
So it's kind of like my mantra. It's just about walking in your fullness and really embracing who you are, everything that you have. Like Choate started really as I began to take off like business-wise. I just left a job and I was really tired of working a superficial type of job. I really wanted to just be used by God, So I'm praying like, God, what's my purpose? Whatever it is, like I know that I'm like creative, like I know I just want to help people, I know I want to travel, but it was really like what's in your hands already.
Right,
Like I want to multiply like what's already in your hands.
Exactly.
So and basically, I really started because I taught English as a second language. So I had a certificate. I taught like people from Iraq. So this family from Iraq, and that was really cool. So I began to create this system, not system, but this like I'm trying to think, like a program, basically, just to help people to like launch into the career that they want. Because
that's tough though, for everybody to try to not only like find themselves in this world, but then really go after that passion and that career. Because it's like it's so much ambiguity for the most part. Because you see some of the things that you're good at, but actually getting paid for it or doing that as a business, that's hard to transition into that.
I really think you just have to. Starting Choate, where it started, because Choate didn't start with skincare, it started as an ESO.
Nice.
So, but I knew that was my brand, like, that's what I stood for.
Gotcha.
Just pulling out that, so it was kind of like, what I already had was, like, something that I love doing, so it was like, I could just do it, and it's fun, like, I enjoyed it, but I was really interested in it. So I feel like a lot of times people discredit like what they have or like what they like, they undermine like really who they are, and like your interests are like, and your desires are what makes you. So that's kind of like the vibe that I bring with Choate. It's like, hey, like take some time to stop and like be grateful for who you are.
But like, how do you think people can find that balance? Because like to your point, they really should just focus on themselves, but it's like you get to scrolling on Instagram, you're going to see all kind of stuff. And then depending on who you're following, then going to that Explore page, then you can get, like, devastated quick. Like, all right, I'm giving up on my whole life.
Right.
That's it.
Because, like, they're moving. Everybody's moving fast. Everybody's, like, you know what? Like, it's funny. Like, I graduated from high school a year early. And, like, my dad, like, it's so crazy how I graduated early, but I'm not doing anything special. Like, this is my this is my experience. So it was kind of like, my friend, she moved, she went to Ohio State, like she graduated, now she's in grad school. Like, I'm supposed to be doing more. I'm supposed to be doing this. I'm supposed to be doing that. But like, who said you were supposed to be doing any of these things? And it's like, you can't live up to the expectations of other people.
Gotcha.
So I feel like, as long as you're doing like, what you love, that's just it. Like, you really got to focus on you and just be thankful.
I get it. And it's like, even when I started the show, like, a lot of people ask me questions like, well, you got to do it like this. Like, you got to have a studio. I was like, I don't have a studio. And it was like, well, where are you going to do it at? And I was like, I don't know. Like, where's your fancy couch? Like, I don't have that either. So it's funny because a lot of the times, a lot of the interviews I always go out to different places. So people might have a shop, a store, or a studio, or if they're like fitness, they're at the gym. But as time went on, someone came across me and was like, hey, I have this office space that I could use. You could use if you just need to do some interviews. So I was like, all right, cool. And then that's where we sit right now. So like, she's not charging me. It's like totally free, just looking out because she believes in the show. So it's like, to your earlier point, like, I really believe that if you really start to walk in purpose, like, things will begin to align for you.
They just fall in place.
Yeah.
And I really, I believe that God has given us all, a purpose. And, my purpose don't look like your purpose.
Exactly,
you know what I mean?
right.
So it's kind of like, you don't have, everything you need, or everything you think you need, but, you have everything you need.
Exactly, right.
But
so you don't realize that sometimes.
Yeah, and it's like, a lot of people are like, okay, how do I start, or how do I begin, how do I actually start, my skincare business, or how do I actually, pick it up? And it's just like, you really gotta, look at your resources.
Yep.
I've been to a place where I was, broke. Last year, I was broke. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like,
I get it.
You have to, really be aware of the resources that are around you and take advantage of them,
because it's like you don't always need money, because if I would have said, okay, well, if somebody helps me with $500 or $1,000 to get some office space, then I'll be good. But somebody gave me the office space without the money. It was just a resource.
Yeah, but you know what, too? It's like, you'll never, if you wait to, like, you know, to have everything you need, you'll never get started.
That's right. I agree.
So it's kind of like faith without works is dead.
Right.
You know, there have been times, like, really, Choate started, I probably had $10 in my pocket. Probably didn't even have $10 in my pocket. Like, and you would think, like, okay, how didn't you have $10? Like, it's real life out here. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, are you gonna stay there? You know, are you gonna be depressed, or are you gonna get up and like really like take advantage of what you have in your hands? You know?
Yeah, and it's like so many people give up, and with all the business strategies that people try to provide, the major one component is not giving up.
Yep.
Because you'll see people that get started way before you got started, get started after you. Like, they might see what you're doing, like, I can do that too. So then they start running. But it's like at the end, whoever doesn't give up, they're good. Because after time, people will really begin to see she believes in herself. Right. And this is like a solid brand that's not going anywhere. So I might as well give it a try at this point.
Yeah, I think too, it's like passion. Like, I feel like if you're doing something just to do it, you know, it has a different flavor than something that you actually like live, breathe. Like, there are days where I don't sleep at night. Like, I don't go to sleep because I'm like working, like gotta get this finished. Like, so I didn't went out of town, you know, on, you know, doing Choate stuff, and then come back, like literally slept 30 minutes and I'm doing an event. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like that grind, but it's not just that grind. It's like seeing miracles happen. You know what I mean? Like, everything that you speak, like, comes to pass, whether you believe it or not, you know? Like, and your words are so powerful. So it's like, if I'm going somewhere and I'm like, God, like, you know what I need. Exactly. But send people, you know what I mean? Like, send those who, like, need, like, a word from you or need to be encouraged to, like, actually go for the purpose that you've given them, you know?
Gotcha. So what made you not want to give up when times got hard?
I see the vision, you know? So it's like, if I already see, you know, basically, how do I say this? If you see it, it's yours, you know? So it's like, if I see how, you know, Choate, like, impacts people's lives, because it's not just skincare, it's about, like, understanding, like, what's inside of you. Right. You know? So if I can, like, shine, like, a light on what's inside of you, then, like, I feel like that's really it. That's the passion. That's the, like, I love to see people, like, grow, like, bloom or blossom. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, if I can give you anything, I'm going to give you a word that's going to help you, like, just help you, like, understand who you are.
And that's important.
You know, you're complete. You're perfect. You don't have to look outside of yourself to be validated. Your value was established before the creation of this world. Yeah, for sure. So it's like, if you believe it, like, anything is yours, you know?
I love it. So what inspires you?
What inspires me? I think what inspires me could really be that. Just being a vessel. Yeah. You know, just being used, like, that's...
So you really like helping people and seeing them evolve?
Yep. So it's like, I don't know. I'm really into, like, energies. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I make sure, like, I understand energy. Okay. So, like, that's why I make sure before any event that I do, I'm good. Even if I've only had, like, 20 minutes of sleep, is because, you know, that exchange of energy with people is something. If I can't, like, be in a place where, you know, my light is not, like, the brightest, you know what I mean? Right. Or, you know what I mean? Good to give you something that you need at that moment. It's like, I'm not being useful. Yeah. So it's like, I'm going to have to go get charged up, you know what I mean, to deal with or to give or just to be used by God. Like,
because a lot of people are, like, giving off negative energy. And it's like when we use those statements, they're a negative person or you're being negative, that's what we really just mean, is that energy that you're letting off is negative. Like, somebody could literally walk into a room and their energy, their vibe is, like, completely off. Yeah. And it's like a lot of times, like, we look at relationships between, like, husband and wife or, like, somebody potential and say, man, like, it just didn't work. But it's like the energy was off. Like, you might have caught that person at a very wrong time in their life, and everything was like chaotic, and they were giving off just bad vibes. So it's like you guys didn't vibe well together for that particular reason.
Right.
But like maybe another time and space, like it could have worked. But it's like everything that I do, I kind of look at it the same way as you're saying. Like when me and my wife, like we really try our best to be able to provide that positive energy, because if you have somebody negative around you, no matter how successful you're trying to be, they're going to bring you down.
Yeah. I think, like I was saying before, like there's so much power in your words.
Yeah.
And like so much power in your thoughts. And like another thing with you asking me like where do I get inspiration from? Like I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Okay.
Like I listen to like a lot
Well,
of...
tell me some of your favorite ones.
So, okay, I listen to like Elevation Church.
Okay.
Their podcast.
Yeah.
I listen to Hillsong London. One, because I love the accent.
Yeah.
But
do you like Bethel as well?
I haven't listened to Bethel, but and I do that, you know, and I just get a word that's like gonna empower me, you know, or remind me. And then reading your word, like I'll listen to like my Bible app for, I don't know, all morning.
Yeah.
And like it's one thing about understanding, reiterating like what belongs to you.
Right.
If you're a child of God.
Right.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like if my God owns all the cattle on the hills, like, you know, like there's nothing, if everything is beneath my feet because Jesus resurrected, like there's nothing that, you know, I can't have victory over. You know what I mean? So it's like if I get up and like everything around me is a disaster, like I trust God because he's using everything
right.
for
Romans
the good.
8:28.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For those who
That's
love
what's
him.
up.
So
That's what's up.
it's like I don't have to worry.
I
But, you know,
that.
I'm just going to think good thoughts. Like, I'm going to focus on the promises that he's given me, you know?
Yeah. So, in regards to that, like, what do you think that you, and take some time to really think about this.
Okay.
What do you like the most about yourself and your brand?
What do I like the most about myself and my brand? I guess what I like the most about myself is how creative I am.
Good.
How, like, I really connect with being able to create something and, you know, how it, like, how it impacts me, you know, just loving, like, something. Like, the first time I ever made a candle, like, I was just obsessed with it, you know?
Yeah,
and I'm like, I can't
it.
wait to get this to somebody's hands, you know, so that they can light it and, like, they have that same, like, they enjoy it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's kind of like that thing where you're creating something for its purpose, you know? When it's finally being used for its purpose, it's like, it just glorifies you, right?
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
But I guess I don't really know how to answer that question, but Choate, I think, is, you know, I really just started, like, in business, like, in 2017, you know? Like, really August.
Yeah, but just, like, taking a step back, and as if you were another consumer just looking at it, like, what would you be like, I'm so impressed by that, like, I really think that's dope, like, which part of that?
So I definitely would be the handmade, that it's organic, you know, that it is something you can eat, you know, also that, I mean, it just carries a vibe of, like, you can really do anything, like, you know, so I guess it would be, you know, that this brand really stands for something other than just making money, you know, and, like, trying to think, because it's just funny. Like,
Well, no, I think it's dope because I, for my show, like, my premise for the show is individuals that are trying to make a difference and not just $1. So it's like, that's perfect. Like,
That's cool.
you know, what I really stand for in your organization, because it's like if you build something off of helping people, then you'll always be able to help yourself through that.
Yeah. And I totally agree with that. And that's why, like, being able to continue going, as soon as I, like, have an event where I'm interacting with people and, like, exchanging, like, that energy, it's like, I don't know, I'm on a high, really.
I
You
get
know,
it.
it's like,
I
I don't
get it.
really want to stop. I don't really want to
Yeah.
go home. I don't really
Yeah.
want to stop talking because, like, I just enjoy, you know, people.
Yeah.
So,
where are you going next with the organization?
where am I going next? Like, a revamp.
Okay.
Revamping and distribution.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So when I was on your Instagram, just this morning I was looking at some of the stuff you have on there. Like, I think you need more content now.
I definitely need lots of content.
Because it's like you're doing big things. Like, you have like this diamond that's surrounded by like all this other stuff. It's like, no, like, let's showcase everything you got, you know?
Yeah.
Because I think people are so interested in what you're doing and what you stand for, and like really allowing those two things to come out really allows so many people to buy into you, and then once they buy into you, they'll buy into the products.
Right, exactly. No, I totally receive that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so what books are you reading?
So I just finished. There are a couple books that I've read that are like awesome. But currently, right now I'm not really listening. I usually listen to like audiobooks.
Yeah, me too. I love audiobooks.
So
instead of like regular paperback.
Well, I'm like so busy. Like I work a full-time job.
Yeah.
And I like have my business, so it's kind of like how can I stay like inspired.
Right.
You know, one book that I really liked is You Are a Badass: How to Stop Doubting Your Greatness.
Nice. You know who the author is for that one?
Yes, I actually met her last year. It's Jen Sincero.
Okay.
Amazing. I heard her speak, but she just made a new book about you are a badass at making money.
Gotcha.
But it's also like it's that vibe of, you know, to really stop doubting yourself. So like mentally, like changing the way you think. You know, if you're saying, oh, I'm so broke, or I'm never gonna be able to do this, or I'm so broke, like, you know, I don't have $1 to my name, or every time like this is your mantra, this is what you live by, like that's all you're gonna see. You know. Also, I'm trying to think of this other book. I like listen to them so much that it's hard to like be like, hey, this one is this. But I think Big Magic is a good book. Okay. I can't think of the author right now, but
I might have seen something like that, and that was reading one called Thinking Big too.
Thinking Big, yeah. No, that's a good one. I think I read that too. It's like they all kind of like, I get like the same things. I guess whatever I need, you know, is what I'm like getting out of it, and it's like consistent, you know, throughout.
Yeah, and those audiobooks, man, they can really like help tremendously. Well, because you're on your way somewhere, you can listen to it. Yeah, at work.
Yeah. You know what? Like, so I'm gonna give you guys one of my resources. Okay, so if you download Overdrive, it's an app. You can listen, and like you basically log in with your library card. You can listen to any book for free, download any book for free, like through your library. That is like my number one resource.
Yeah, okay? For sure. Yeah.
I'll buy a book, you know, to support.
Yeah.
But like that's my go-to.
Yeah, and you know it's funny. Have you heard of Gary Vee?
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's my dude. I listen to his podcast like almost every morning.
I actually started listening to one of his books, and I think it was really cool. He was talking about just being focused, and like really seeing. What does he talk about? How he wants to buy, I think the
New York Jets. Yeah.
So he's like, I don't know about y'all, but this is what you need to do in order to get, you know, what you see. You know, your
for
vision.
Sure. And it's like he's so innovative and creative at the same time, and it's like he often says that he doesn't spend a lot of time looking at what everybody else is doing.
Yeah.
But like he really focuses on himself. But when he is focusing on other people, he's really trying to engage with them and help them and try to grow them in some type of way. And I think that's pretty dope.
Yeah. No, it definitely is. I also think too, like, it's important to be aware of what people are doing and like celebrating with them.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like, it's one thing if like you don't have it right now, but I think when you celebrate with people, it's like, yeah, I'm glad you're there. Like, I'm coming, I'm on my way. I'm right with you, but like I connect with you because you're doing it, you know?
Right.
That's what I noticed about just, I guess, in the path that I've taken, you know, like this past year, really being around more entrepreneurs that are young and it's a difference. It's a different conversation.
Yeah.
Where it's like, hey, you know what I'm going through too.
Exactly,
At this point, you know how it is
right.
with different friends too, or you know how it is, just on these different levels that we're experiencing, and
right.
So I think that's cool being able to get your opinion on how you're dealing with things,
And they'll start to come to you as a resource for business, for marketing, for ideas. Like I was out with my friends last night, and it's like normally I don't even hit the scene, but it's like my wife was out of town, so I was like, all right, I gotta go do something.
Yeah, you got nothing to do.
Yeah, so we're out, and all these people knew about the Manny Hall show or knew about my brand, period, and they're just talking about business at this bar, and I'm like, geez, I didn't come here for that, but at the same time I get it. And I appreciate the fact that you look at me in that kind of way, and that humbles me, that you're not coming to me just talking about sports or talking about what happened in the news with the Kardashians and stuff like that, but you're like, no, Manny know what he's talking about in this particular area.
I think, I'm always so humble, but really, what's the word? I'm very humbled, and I just appreciate that. Wow, you think what I do is cool? You know what I mean? Because this is something I've been doing, but it's nice to I don't know. I guess you really kind of understand what's going on. It becomes more real.
Exactly.
Or, more real to you when people are requiring or inquiring about different ways that can help them, and I'm of course, because I mean. What I have is not my own. It's for you,
Exactly, right. And that's why you made it. That's why you created it.
Yeah, that's why I'm doing it. It's not just for me. Yeah.
So what advice would you give to entrepreneurs that are just starting?
Just starting. I would say don't focus on being perfect. There are things that need to be done. Just get them done. You can always, you can always fix them. There's always upgrades. So if, an update, brands are always updating or changing. So it's you decide on something now, you can change it later, but don't get caught up in needing everything to be perfect, because you'll just waste time. Yeah. So it's get it done, you can come back to it, but just get it done. And don't definitely think big, because if you don't really believe, you can have the minimum, basically. You can have minimum sales, but make it go, set a goal, and really just believe that you're gonna get there, because you believe it, you will, and just don't give up. Yeah.
Now, earlier I asked you what inspires you, but who would you say inspires you or inspired you?
My mom definitely inspires me. She is so strong. My mom's an entrepreneur. My dad is an entrepreneur as well. But, my mom, she, raised my sister and I while my dad was in prison for 12 years. So it's kind of my mom's life she's phenomenal, okay? I've never seen my mom, with another man. I've never seen, my mom and dad got married in prison. So it's kind of she is this loyal person, but she's so strong. She never complained about going to work. She loved what she did, but being the main person, you have two people depending on you, and never giving up, never complaining, and just always helpful though. Sweet to everybody. It didn't matter if we needed something. She's a giver. So I think my mom definitely inspires me, because she's a rock. She's solid. Yeah,
for sure. Yeah, she looked like she held things down.
Yeah, she's solid.
Okay. Now, as we wrap up, do you have any final words?
Final words? No. I would say log on to choatebody.com. Check out what we have.
And could you spell it for them, for those that might not know how?
It's CHOATE Body. And that's also our Instagram and Facebook too. And Twitter, Choate Body. So CHOATE Body. And then, so I can tell you a little bit about that.
Go ahead.
We have face and body scrubs that are edible for oily and dry skin. So if you have oily skin, you want the Blanc line. If you have dry skin, you want the Noor line. So Noor restores moisture. Blanc helps to balance, making you more normal. And also our body butter is like our number one seller. Everyone loves it. Nice. It helps to restore that moisture and lock it in. I use it every day as my lotion. It's perfect if you have psoriasis or eczema because it helps to soothe, your skin, that
For
inflammation.
Sure. Yeah.
I also use chamomile flowers in it, so it's nice and just soothing.
Yeah,
and it feels amazing, and it makes you just smooth.
Yeah, so what's up?
Also, the beard balm helps to make your beard nice and soft. So
shout out to those with that beard.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get some too.
Yeah.
For
so
sure.
Bow is great. It helps to make you nice and soft and kissable, so you don't have any issues with anybody.
Right.
Your beard is hard. You need to fix it. A lot of guys don't think that they should do anything with their beards. They think it's okay, but your beard can be better with both.
Absolutely. Absolutely, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, thank you so much for your time, guys. Please check out her website and Instagram and support. Not only because it's a great Cleveland-based business, but she really has a passion and love for what she's doing.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks for
welcome.
having me.
No problem at all. All right, y'all, we out. Manny Hart Show. Peace.